Namaskar. So we are live. Hand over to Chakrabhushan ji.
Namaskar. Thank you, Team Unnat Bharat Abhiyan. Understanding various modes of tribal development and protecting their indigenous culture from external influence. 27th episode. I would like to request Unnat Bharat Abhiyan Project Director Professor P.K. Singh sir for welcome address. Over to you, sir, please.
Good morning, all of you. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, please.
Okay, thank you, Chakrabhushan ji. First of all, I welcome all of you in this important webinar that is being organized by Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, and it is the 27th webinar. Previously, we have already organized 26 webinar on the understanding various modes of tribal development and protecting their indigenous culture. I welcome both the speaker, especially Madam Shashi Pradhan, College of Veterinary Science, Jabalpur, and Sri Vijay Singh Sirsam, Department of Geography, Government College, Chhindwara. And I will also extend my sincere thanks to MNIT Bhopal, Pushpendra Yadav and his entire team for organizing this particular webinar on understanding various modes of tribal development and protecting culture. I also extend my hearty welcome to all the participants who have joined in this particular webinar, and Mr. Chakrabhushan of our team member, other members of the organizing committee, especially Manvi and Prerna and Shalini, all the team members of the UBA. All of you are well aware that Unnat Bharat Abhiyan is a flagship program of Ministry of Education, Government of India, and under this particular program, we are organizing number of the activities, and understanding various modes of the tribal development and protecting their indigenous culture is also one of the activities that we are regularly organizing under the dynamic leadership of our national coordinator, Dr. V.K. Vijay, and co-coordinator, Dr. Vivek Kumarji. Previously, when I was RCI coordinator at Udaipur, we have also organized such activities. And in that particular program, Shri M.L. Rawat, who was at that time Transport Commissioner, he was the speaker, and presently he is Member of Parliament from Udaipur. It was a very nice program that was organized by Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, and all of you are also well aware that the Udaipur is also one of the tribal area where a lot of indigenous cultures they have protected. As far as I can say that my domain area is water management, and I had worked a lot of work on the rainwater harvesting and soil and water conservation. And in this field also, the lot of indigenous culture is there, and that indigenous culture is protected by the tribal community. Not only in soil and water conservation, rainwater harvesting, but every discipline you will find that there is a very rich culture of the tribal that has been preserved by the tribal community, and they are using it for the benefit of the community. As far as this particular event is concerned, I think this will be a very interactive discussion. Both the speakers have a rich experience on the tribal culture, tribal community, indigenous system, indigenous culture, and I hope that our audience will be benefited by these both speakers. Till date, Unnat Bharat Abhiyan has already organized 26 webinar, and in this 26 webinar, we have invited 76 speakers across the country, and more than 76,000 audience has been benefited. I think the deliberations and discussion made by both the speaker, it will provide a great benefit to the community, those who are working in the tribal community, those who are working for the benefits of the tribal community, and also the preservation and of each particular culture, especially the tribal culture. There is a big need. As far as uh, water harvesting is concerned, I can say that many of the organizations, particularly the university level, that I was associated with the university since long 40 years in Rajasthan, many universities had also conducted the tribal research and tribal culture, and they have documented their culture, and they have come forward to document these particular culture for the benefit of the students. I will request each and every audience that they must listen both the learned speakers, particularly on this tribal culture, tribal system, tribal indigenous system, tribal indigenous knowledges, because ITK is also nowadays the ITK, indigenous technical knowledge, is required to be documented, required to be implemented for the benefit of the society. Thank you, Chakrabhushan and entire team for inviting me, and I hope that this particular deliberations that is being made by both the speaker, it will provide a outline as well as it will provide a great benefit to the society, and also those who are working in the tribal community are for benefit of the tribal community in the country. This program is being live streaming on the YouTube and others. I think Dr. Chakrabhushan and our entire team will record this particular event, and it will also be circulated to the other beneficiaries so that more number of audience can be benefited by the deliberation of both these scientists. Thank you very much for inviting me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Now I request to Professor Pushpendra Yadav, Regional Coordinating Institute from MANIT Bhopal. Over to you, sir. Pushpendra, sir. Pushpendra, are you here? Perhaps sir is not here. So Pushpendra sir is not here.
Chakrabhushan no, he's not seen in the participation list. So please go ahead.
Okay. So now I would like to request Dr. Sasi ma'am to carry on.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible, ma'am. Please.
A very warm good morning to all of you. And I am privileged to be a part of this webinar under Unnat Bharat Abhiyan. And my topic, what given to me, is the understanding the various modes of tribal development, protecting their indigenous culture from external influences. It is about the topic I got is about Gond tribe. So I am going to discuss about Gond tribe. Please start sharing PPT.
Is it visible to you, ma'am?
Yeah.
It's already been shared.
Yeah.
So you will keep saying next, and there will be a lag of 10 seconds. So we have to be like, okay?
Okay,
Thank you.
ma'am. Next. Ma'am, next slide. And more of this in her cultural heritage have a deep connection with nature, which reflect in their oral tradition, unique art form, such as gold paintings, festivals, and traditional livelihood, which include agriculture, forest produce, and artisanal craft. Their social structure is clan-based, with a strong reliance on oral tradition of song, dance, and folklore that reflect their belief system. Basically, the gold word come from a Dravidian word Gond, which means the person Gond tribe. They stay or they live near mountain or river. Generally, that is Narbada and Son Valley. The Gondi population increased from 5.01 million in 1971. Now it is increased by 11 million by 2011. And recently they have been affected by the Naxalite Maoist insurgency, leading to the formation of the Salva Judum, an armed group to combat this issue, which is disbanded by the Supreme Court of India in 2011. Next, please. This is a tribal dance. Please play the video. Voice is not coming. Voice is not coming about this dance. Okay, next please. Basically, Gond tribal dance, which is known as Karma. And in Chhattisgarh, this dance is known as Sua. And next, please. These are the tribal peoples which dance in their festival. They celebrate almost all festivals: Holi, Diwali, Rakhi, Pola, etc. Next. Now coming to the etymology, the word is derived from the Dravidian code, as I already told, the hill, and similar to the cones of Odisha. And the name was given to them by the Mughal dynasty of the 16th to 18th century. It was the Mughal who first used the term Gond, meaning the hill people. And also it referred to the group. The Gond called themselves Koitur or Koi, which is also has no definite origin, but this is they are the native people of the Madhya Pradesh. Next slide, please. Now coming to the history, the Gond were originally separate tribes that adopted a Dravidian language. The Gond first kingdom, Chanda, was founded in 1200, originating from Sirpur in northern Telangana, and the other view, the Vana dynasty, with Kandhakya Balasa later moving the capital of Chandrapur. The first historical mention of the Gond appear in the 14th century Muslim writing with their rule over Gondwana spanning from the 13th to 19th century CE. Next slide. Basically, all Gond tribe can be found in Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Telangana, means Maharashtra, etc. Now, this is the picture showing the Rajas. He is a king of the Garha kingdom of Gondwana, Madhya Pradesh. He was fought of the dynasty and conquered 52 forts. There are also some important people of scheduled tribe. They are Konkan Bhim, he is a freedom fighter. Hitesh Shah, king of Garha. Kanaka Raju, Gasa Dinansar. Dapat Shah, Raghunath Shah, Sangram Shah. These all are people from historical background. Gond Palace in Bhopal, named after Rani Kamalapati, the last Hindu queen of Bhopal. And the picture showing is the Madan Mahal Fort, which is also built by Madan Singh, who is the Gond ruler in 11th century. Next slide, please. Now coming to the society, the Gond society, they have the 4 saga. These are Yarvan, Sarvan, Nalvan, and Sinvan. Each saga is subdivided into the clans, further divided into lingas, and sometimes sub-clans. These are clans often named after plant. Example, Tikam, Uike, Markam, which determine the ritual roles and handle societal matters like marriage and negotiation. Next slide, please. Now coming to the culture, the knowledge, they also have a knowledge of astronomy with the local terms for celestial bodies like the sun, moon, and Milky Way, used for timekeeping and to seeing the calendars. The Gondi is spoken by nearly 3 million people and now spoken by only 1/5 of the Gonds. Chua dance, as I already told, that it was a dance done by the people of Chhattisgarh, which performed after Diwali, honoring the Shiva and Parvati. The Gond Ramayani featuring 7 stories centered on Lakshman. Next slide, please. Next slide. Community because of that they have a rich immunity with fresh water and staying in the fresh air. Now, the way of nature formed by Cooperlingo is also known as Gondi Poonam. Followers worship a high god named Baradev, who over lesser god claims deities and ancestors. While Baradev is respected, devotion is primarily directed toward claimed deities and totem and the village mother goddess. The key feature is the village priest and the who is the claimed priest and Kesargeta, village leader. Copperlingo is depicted as a clean-shaved young prince wearing a trident-shaped crown and symbolizing the head, heart, and body, and is honored as an ancestral hero at many shrines in Gondwana. Next slide, please. Ma'am, next slide. Okay. The god worshipped by the Gonds are Pen. Please make it back.
मैम स्लाइड चेंज होने में 10 से 15 सेकेंड का लैग आता है, तो इसलिए थोड़ा सा आपको आगे पीछे देख रहा हूँ.
Okay, no issue. Now, okay, these are the gods worshipped by the Gonds. This is the Pen. It is generally used for the general term for the god, and Mahakali or Kali, ancestors' mothers. Dulha Pain, this is a bridegroom god, represented by a stone, horse rider, or battle ass. Hardul, wedding. Bhimsen or man, god of strength linked with mountain and river. Travel or Dharti Mata, goddess of fertility and earth. Thakurdev, male village guardian. Vulera pedal. Narayani, sun god. Kodapin, horse god. Maswasi Pain, hunting god, etc. Basically, the Gond people, they worship the nature. Next slide, ma'am. And people, they celebrate all festivals, they dance, they sing song, and live near jungle and river. These are the further tribal development divided into economic development, social development, environmental development, and political and legal empowerment. Next slide, ma'am. Nowadays, it's a quite development has been done because the people previously stayed in jungle. They don't know about any development. They don't have road. They don't have medical facilities. Even what they go, only they can eat that things. Now, first point is economic development. How we can do the economic development for the tribal peoples? Sustainable agriculture. The Gond community traditionally practice shifting cultivation and introducing modern sustainable practice like organic farming and agroforestry can help them maintain ecological balance while improving economic outcomes. For products like Gond heavily rely on the forest produce such as honey, medicinal herbs or plant, bamboo, and programs like One Dhan Yojana can promote sustainable harvesting and marketing of these products, supporting livelihood. Basically, what they get from the jungle, they sell in the market. Like that, their economic things are going on. Next is handicraft and small scale industry. Handicraft. They are very rich in paintings and arts in the home. Only the tribal women. Yeah, for example, pottery, weaving, paintings. Through cooperative models and market link, we can generate some economic things and preserving the culture heritage. Next slide, ma'am. How they can generate their income. Now there is a social development, education and literacy. The people who stay in the village, they are lack of knowledge, lack of schools. Because of that, they are very in a backward condition. So if we will provide them education and make them literate, so in that condition, they can do better in their life. Like education and literacy, culturally sensitive education models that incorporate the Gondi language and culture values can enhance the literacy while preserving tradition. Like program like Ekalaf model residential school blend modern education with cultural studies. There is also a school ashram for the tribal people. They can stay there. It's a hostel for the tribal students. Now, what are the healthcare assets? Now, during the healthcare, they don't get the medical facilities as they stay in the deep in jungle, and they do their treatment by themselves, by the nature healing plants, as they have the knowledge of this. And the people who do this treatment are called Ojha. So they don't rely to go the hospital. They do self-care. So if we provide the healthcare services to the tribal people who stay in the jungle, like ensuring accessible healthcare services and integrating traditional wound healing practice with modern medicine, can address health need while respecting their indigenous system. Means we are not saying that don't use their things or their herbal plants or root, but they also need to get medical facility in these conditions. Next slide. They are the person, they stay in a group. They are very shy peoples, and they have a nice height and dark complexion. The male people, they wear dhotis, and the female, they wear sari and choli. Next slide.
Ma'am, environmental development is on your screen.
Now, environmental development like forest conservation and resource management. The Goan people dependence on the forest necessitates sustainable forestry practice. Initiative like joint forest management can empower them to manage and conserve their natural resources. So it will be very good if there will be linkage between the forest management and village people. It can enhance their income. Now, healthcare, as already I told, next slide, ma'am, because the people stay in the jungle, they don't provide the medical facilities, so they are lacking in the health. Next slide. Now coming to the political and the legal empowerment. Enforcement of law such as the Forest Right Act of 2006 is essential to protect the Goan ancestral land from exploitation and preserve their relationship with nature. There is also some rules like the tribal people land, they can't, the general people, they can't take. The tribal people can only buy that land because of, to avoid the exploitation to the tribal people. Now, self-governance, the Panchayat Act, that is PESA of 1996, encouraged the self-governance, enabling Goan to make decisions on the local governance, natural resources, and culture preservation. Basically, in the village, next slide, ma'am. Basically, in the village, the people, they don't go to police station or they don't go to any advocate. They make their small group and like this take all decisions in which there are the senior persons of the family and just like that. Ma'am, next slide. And in Gondi people, they also have rituals of giving bali. Nowadays also in the village, they are giving bali of goat and etc. Now the topic is protecting the indigenous culture of the Goan tribe in Madhya Pradesh from external influences. Like first point is promotion of traditional art and craft by supporting Goan art form like painting and dance foster culture pride and economic growth. Means the Gondi people, they have a tradition to make art in their home, in their houses. They also have a designer windows in their house, whether they are staying in the village or in the means in the city. So while saving these paintings and selling in the market, they can get the good income, and they don't have to go out. They can secure or they can be in their culture, and they will also get the economic growth. Next, please. So as they are rich in their culture, now protection of language, how we can do revitalizing the endangered Gondi language through documentation and education, and we also write books in the Gondi language. So they can protect their language while making books and keeping it in a secure way. Now, community-led development, empowering Gond leadership program that result their value. Means there should be a small community in which the senior person he is leading that community for doing such programs, whether it is a festival or if there is any birth in the family, they will do a dance and they will sing their folk songs. Next, please. So I have seen very deeply to the tribes people, as I also belong to a tribal group. So maintain their bond with nature. Next slide, ma'am. Actually, the Gond people, they don't want to share their nature, whether it is form of the land or it's form of jungle. So we can, if we will secure their land, then we can save them by exploitation from further peoples. Next point. Now, preventing the culture erosions from globalizations, promoting traditional product and attire to counter globalized consumerization. So in this way, whatever product they are, art craft or painting, as it's shown in the picture, there's one tray only painting and diary, which is painted by Gond art. So we can promote this thing, this traditional thing to the globalize in the foreign countries also, so that they can save their culture and also they get economic income, so that they won't go to the other side. They remain in their group. Next point. And nowadays also a culture of the tribal people, generally in case of Christians and Muslims, they want to convert the tribal people into their community. This is also necessary to protect the indigenous people or their culture from these things. Now, cultural documentation and heritage center, establishing museum and community driven archives to preserve history and culture. So it's next slide. So it's a very important to preserve these things. Whatever design they have made in their door or window or paintings, their art and craft, we have to make a museum and we have to save all those things so that the future generation can see and stay in their culture. Reviving traditional knowledge system, documenting Gond knowledge, especially in a herbal medicine and agriculture, sustain culture identity. Next slide, please. Actually, the Gondi people, as I already told, they have a knowledge about the traditional medicine. As they don't go to the medical, they use self-curing things like, for example, to deworm themselves, they used to eat and tobacco, which that while consuming these deworm themselves like one. While using this also deworming is done, and while curing skin disease, they can use neem water, etc. And even in the cold and cough, tulsi, haldi, they are making the kadha and they use that thing. Now, economic self-reliance through traditional practice. Supporting the eco-friendly and sustainable livelihood Gond community. Okay. The thing is, whatever in the agriculture they are showing, they can sell in the market so that they can get proper income. Now, next is government and NGO initiatives. Collaboration with the Gond community for culturing and sensitive development program. Next slide. Actually, there should be some NGO which look after the tribal people for the basic development, like education wise, health wise, women empowerment. They are while saving their art and culture. Well, these things, the people, they from the external influences so that they can't go out of their community. Now, successful initiative, there are some
Ma'am,
yojanas.
you can summarize in next 5 minutes, ma'am.
Successful initiative in which there are some yojanas like Vandan Vikas Kendra to empower the tribal community through sustainable harvesting and value addition of non-timber forest products. Now, bone painting, by gain international recognition, we can protect we can save these bone paintings. Ekalav school, like modern education with culture awareness, we can give admission to those students in the Ekalav school in which they can get the proper education for their livelihood. Next slide, please. The thing is, goat tribes, they are very what to say, very rigid persons. They have a high workload capacity. So now coming to the conclusion, the effort to protect the Gond tribe culture must balance economic development and social progress with the preservation of their rich culture and heritage. Now, empowering their development, providing them with culture identity can ensure future where both their culture heritage and economic well-being are sustained. Need for continued recognition and preservation of their rich culture heritage and tradition amidst changing socio-political landscape. Next slide. So basically, the Goan people, they used to wear yellow gamcha in their head. So it's well, we can say this, it's a maternity energy, or like yellow, when they will sow some plants, they will get yellow color, sunrise color. It shows the motherhood. And while you dhoti, it's a paternal thing. That's why they are using the yellow safa. And now is a lucky number for lucky sign for the tribal peoples. Thank you. And even thank you for providing me such a nice platform. Thank you, the organizing committee. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I would like to request Professor Pushpendra Yadav, sir. Kindly introduce second speaker and over to you, sir, please. Professor Pushpendra Yadav, sir. Am I audible? Pushpendra, sir. Okay, thank you. Thank you, team. So I would like to request for second speaker, kindly carry on, sir, please.
Hello.
Sir, yes, sir, you are audible. Sir,
PPT
please
मैडम
make
शो
it-
हो रही है?
Yeah, yes. Sir, उसे please PPT मोड पे कर दे. Presentation मोड में.
शेयर में कर चुका
शेयर
मैडम।
है यहाँ पर एक्सट्रीम राइट हैंड साइड में नीचे पे एक कंप्यूटर का साइन बना हुआ है.
या कंप्यूटर साइन ग्रेट। या ओके मैं दिख रहा हूँ। नमस्कार आप सभी को। सेवा जोहार। मैं जय सिंह सरसाम, सहायक प्राध्यापक भूगोल। तामिया पातालकोट का आपने नाम सुना होगा। हेलो, एम आई
जी
ऑडिबल?
सर, यस सर, यू आर ऑडिबल।
ओके। तामिया पातालकोट, पातालकोट का नाम आपने सुना होगा। यहाँ से 20 किलोमीटर दूर है। मैं ट्राइबल क्षेत्र में बिलोंग कर रहा हूँ और मैं ट्राइबल कम्युनिटी से हूँ। तो इस फ्लैगशिप प्रोग्राम के अंतर्गत आपने मुझे इनवाइट किया, मुझे इस योग्य समझा, इसके लिए मैं आप सभी को पहले धन्यवाद देता हूँ। IIT दिल्ली उन्नत भारत अभियान और मैनिट भोपाल, आप सभी का विशेष रूप से धन्यवाद। जैसा कि आप जानते हैं कि हम दोनों स्पीकर को एक ही टॉपिक दिया गया था और शशि मैडम ने काफी कुछ कवर कर लिया है। उसके अलावा जो बचा हुआ है मैं उसको कवर करता हूँ। मेरा टॉपिक है अंडरस्टैंडिंग वेरियस मोड्स ऑफ ट्राइबल डेवलपमेंट, प्रोटेक्टिंग देयर इंडिजिनियस कल्चर फ्रॉम एक्सटर्नल इन्फ्लुएंस स्पेसिफिक टू गोंड ट्राइब। गोंड जनजाति जो आप नाम सुन रहे हैं, गोंड जनजाति, आखिर ये शब्द कहाँ से आया? यह शब्द द्रविड़ भाषा का एक शब्द है जो गोंड से उत्पन्न हुआ था। इसका अपभ्रंश होकर, जिसका मतलब था हरा पहाड़ या पहाड़ी क्षेत्र, जो पहाड़ी पर रहते थे या आदिवासी या जनजाति के लोग, इसलिए वो गोंड कहलाए और इसका अपभ्रंश होकर बाद में गोंड बना। मध्य प्रदेश में बेसिकली नर्मदा नदी के दोनों तरफ सतपुड़ा पर्वत और विंध्याचल पर्वत पर ये जनजाति पाई जाती है। किसी भी जनजाति या भाषा को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए उसमें जो काम करते हैं, जो विद्वान होते हैं, उनके द्वारा ही यह आगे पुस्तक में लिखित होती है। तो इस जनजाति में जो सबसे मुख्य रूप से जिन्होंने काम किया है वह है तिरुमल मोतीराम कंगाली जी हैं। इन्होंने काम किया है। इसके अलावा अभी लिपिबद्ध करने का काम बालाघाट जिले के भाव सिंह मसराम जी कर रहे हैं। सेंसस 2011 के अनुसार गोंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन जो पॉपुलेशन है वो आपको दिखाया गया, जो बेसिकली MP, CG, महाराष्ट्र, उड़ीसा, तेलंगाना में। आइए हम देखते हैं कि गोंड जनजाति आखिर क्या है। एक वीडियो के माध्यम से आपको एक संक्षिप्त वीडियो दिखाया जा रहा है। इस वीडियो के माध्यम से ये G20 के समय मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ स्पोर्ट्स ने यह वीडियो बनाया था। उसमें गोंड जनजाति को एक वीडियो के माध्यम से दिखाया गया था। गोंड जनजाति के जो मुख्य देव है, ये बड़ा देव है, आप देख रहे हैं ये फोटो यहाँ पर। ये इस फोटो में प्रकृति के नियम, प्रकृति को दर्शाया गया है, किस तरह से वे अपने नियम कानून अपनाते हैं। बेसिकली यह जनजाति मात्र सत्तात्मक होती है। यहाँ देख रहे होंगे एक झंडा आपको दिखाई दे रहा है जिसमें 1 से लेकर 7 तक चिन्ह दिए हुए हैं और साथ ही साथ इसमें कलर बने हुए हैं। गोंड जनजाति में मुख्यतः 7 अलग अलग कुटुंब होते हैं और हर जो कुटुंब होता है उसका एक साइन होता है, एक नंबर होता है, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7। शादियां भी इसी तरह से गोंड जनजाति में की जाती है, 6 वाले 7 से करते हैं और हर एक जो कुटुंब है उसका एक रंग होता है स्पेशली। गोंड जनजाति प्रकृति पूजक होती है जैसे कि आप चित्र से देख रहे हैं कि ये साज का पेड़ है, साज का पेड़ है। यहाँ पर देव स्थान बनाया गया है। सप्ताह में एक दिन, रविवार के दिन वहां जाकर वे अपने देव की पूजा करते हैं। ये देखिए, आपको दिख रहा होगा। जब भी नई उपज आती है, नई पैदावार होती है, तो सबसे पहले ये जनजाति खेत खलियान की पूजा करती है कि आपने हमें जो अनाज उत्पादन करने में मदद की। इसके बाद जो सभी कुटुंब वाले हैं वो ग्राम देवता के पास जाकर नया अनाज अर्पण करते हैं। उसके बाद वे स्वयं खाते हैं। ये प्रकृति पर आधारित रीति रिवाज को मानते हैं, जो प्रकृति पर बेस्ड है। इसमें स्पेशली पृथ्वी का घूमना, जल स्रोतों में भंवर बनना, इसके आधार पर ये डायरेक्शन को मानते हैं। जब भी पूजा की जाती है तो इसी तरह से वेस्ट टू ईस्ट भगवान का फेरा लगाया जाता है, देव का फेरा लगाया जाता है। देखिए, अब नेक्स्ट में आप एक जल भंवर देख रहे होंगे। ये भंवर भी वेस्ट टू ईस्ट घूम रहा है। इसी पर आधारित गोंड जनजाति की घड़ी होती है, जो वेस्ट टू ईस्ट चक्र लगाती है, जो समय को बताती है। प्रिवेंशन ऑफ ट्राइबल कल्चर, किसी भी समुदाय, कुटुंब, कम्युनिटी की पहचान उसकी संस्कृति होती है। संस्कृति जीवन रहन सहन को मापने का एक पैमाना होता है, जिसके आधार पर आगे चलकर आने वाली जो पीढ़ियां हैं उसे अपनाती है। ये पारंपरिक पहनावा दिखाया गया है आपको। समय समय पर जो विभिन्न ओकेशन होते हैं, त्योहार होते हैं, जन्म से लेकर मृत्यु तक बहुत सारे तीर्थ होते हैं, त्योहार होते हैं, तो उसमें अलग अलग परिधान पहने जाते हैं। यह जनजाति स्पेशली वनों पर बेस्ड होती है। जो अपना अधिकतर जो अपना जीवन यापन करते हैं उसमें ज्यादा से ज्यादा वनोपज पर ही डिपेंड होती है। जैसे आपके यहाँ दिख रहे होंगे, कुछ भाजियां हैं, फल है। होली में जो कलर बनाए जाते हैं, ये कलर के पत्ते आपको दिख रहे हैं यहाँ पर। इससे कलर प्राकृतिक कलर बनाए जाते हैं। एक्सटर्नल इन्फ्लुएंस, समय के अनुसार जो एक्सटर्नल इन्फ्लुएंस हुए, बाहरी ताकतें आई, इसके आधार पर जो ये जनजाति थी वह वृक्ष नहीं रह गई है। जैसे खासकर हम देख सकते हैं इसमें जो आउटसाइडर्स हैं, जंगलों पर अब दूसरे लोग आ जाते हैं, जो ठेकेदार हैं वे आ जाते हैं, वे यहाँ पर राज करते हैं। कुछ कानून ऐसे बन गए हैं जिस कारण आज इस जनजाति का जो आधिपत्य है जंगलों पर कम हो गया है। यूरोपियन मिशनरीज हैं, हमें देखते हैं कि जो यूरोपियन मिशनरीज हैं ईसाई, वे गोंड जनजाति के लोगों को आर्थिक रूप से मदद करते हैं। ये भी समस्या बहुत ज्यादा आती है। इस पाई चार्ट के माध्यम से आपको एक ट्राइबल फैमिली की इनकम सोर्स बताया गया है कि कहाँ कहाँ से मिलती है। फॉरेस्ट से आप देख रहे हैं कि 50%, एग्रीकल्चर 18%, कैटल 14% और अदर एम्प्लॉयमेंट से 18% मिलती है। सोल्यूशन भी है इसमें। ग्रामीणों को अपने अधिकारों के प्रति जागरूक करना। बहुत सारे ऐसे काम होते हैं जो पंचायत में ग्रामीण स्तर पर बाहरी लोग आकर करते हैं। यदि वे जागरूक हो जाएंगे, खुद एजुकेटेड हो जाएंगे, वे सभी काम स्वयं कर सकते हैं। जैसे मैं अपने गांव में जाता हूं, पंचायत में जाता हूं, तो वहां पर सरपंच से, सचिव से बातचीत करता हूं कि क्या चल रहा है, गवर्नमेंट की कौन सी स्कीम आई है, किस तरह से काम हो रहा है। तो इस तरह से यदि सभी जागरूक हो जाएंगे, एजुकेट हो जाएंगे, तो अपने गाँव में ही रहेंगे, वहीं उनको रोजगार मिल जाएगा, वहीं अपना काम कर सकते हैं। गवर्नमेंट की बहुत अच्छी अच्छी स्कीम है, जैसे मनरेगा है, पंचायत योजना है, जिसमें जन, जानवर, जल, जमीन, जंगल है, जिसमें खुद ही हम अपनी संस्कृति को, अपने जंगल को हम बचा सकते हैं। एक और चीज है जनजाति की इसमें कि जो महुआ है, एक पवित्र फल माना जाता है। इससे बैतूल छिंदवाड़ा से जो महुआ है बहुत ज़्यादा एक्सपोर्ट हो रहा है ब्रिटेन में, और वहाँ से एक टी बन के आती है मधुबटी। तो इस तरह से जितने भी ड्रॉबैक है, उन ड्रॉबैक को हम धीरे धीरे दूर कर सकते हैं। यह भी बहुत कम है, 1 से 10% तक है। अभी ड्रॉबैक बहुत सारे हैं, समय आने पर जो ड्रॉबैक है धीरे धीरे कम कर सकते हैं। मैं पीएचडी भी कर रहा हूँ, मेरे पीएचडी का टॉपिक भी जनजातीय क्षेत्र से है। छिंदवाड़ा जिले ग्रामीण क्षेत्रों में पर्यटन की संभावनाएं, एक भौगोलिक अध्ययन, तामिया पातालकोट के विशेष संदर्भ में। और अधिक रेफरेंस के लिए आप यूट्यूब पर, फेसबुक पर या आप यहाँ देख सकते हैं गोंड जनजाति के बारे में। धन्यवाद। IIT दिल्ली और मैनिट भोपाल का मैं धन्यवाद ज्ञापित करता हूँ। ओवर टू यू सर।
Thank you so much, sir. Chakrabhushan ji? Yes, please go ahead.
So, okay. Thank you, sir. So I would like to request Professor Pushpen Yadav, sir.
Yes.
Give sincere gratitude to our speakers and all stakeholders. Pushpen sir, are you listening?
Yes. थैंक यू वेरी मच चक्रभूषण जी। और मैं क्षमा चाहूंगा कि थोड़ी कनेक्टिविटी का इश्यू आ गया था बीच में। और ये उन्नत भारत अभियान IIT दिल्ली हेडक्वार्टर नेशनल कोऑर्डिनेटर श्री विजेंद्र जी और उनके जो टीम है, मानवी जी और चक्रभूषण जी, प्रेरणा जी और जितने भी लोग हैं, उन सभी को मैं बहुत बहुत इस चीज़ के लिए धन्यवाद देता हूँ कि आपने मुझे अपॉर्चुनिटी दी कि इसको मैं एज ए मॉडरेट करूँ। और ये बहुत एक अच्छी मुहिम चलाई है उन्नत भारत अभियान IIT दिल्ली ने कि ये ट्राइबल जो हमारा है वो रियल में वो बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट एक सेगमेंट है हमारी सोसाइटी का। रोल हिस्टोरिकल पर्सपेक्टिव को लेते हुए और आज तक जो रोल है वो बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट रहा है, चाहे वो हमारी फ्रीडम स्ट्रगल हो, नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज हो, चाहे वो हमारी मेडिसिन हो। तो इसी के तहत हमने जो ये रखा था अपना जो सेमिनार, इसमें जो हमारे 2 स्पीकर थे, बड़े ही नॉलेजेबल स्पीकर हैं। एक हमारे इसमें डॉक्टर शशि प्रधान असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर है और दूसरा
Sir, you are not
मुझे लगता
audible,
है कि
Pushpen sir.
सर की कनेक्टिविटी का इश्यू है।
हाँ, okay.
तो
So
चक्रभूषण जी,
thank you
आप
too.
जो
Thank you.
कोई क्वेश्चंस हो तो वो राउंड ले लें। और जैसा कि वो कह रहे थे, पहले स्पीकर मैम है और दूसरे सर विजय सिंह सिरसाम जी हैं। तो चक्रभूषण जी प्लीज आप क्वेश्चंस पूछिए। No, there is no question from our side. Is there any question on YouTube?
Yes, one question from Dr. Sasi Madam, that what challenges governments are facing on livelihood issue nowadays? Please, Dr. Sasi. Dr. Sasi ma'am, what Gond tribe are facing on livelihood practices?
Lacking practices. 1 minute, only 1 minute, please give me. Question I'm unable to hear. I'm seeing in that only.
Ma'am, what challenges Gond tribes are facing on livelihood practices? Challenge
Okay. The thing is, the Gond people, what they are getting from their agriculture, they are showing very less amount, so they can't able to uh, sell in the market. So their economic status is not that good because they won't fulfill their family's stomach. So these are the lacking things, and people, they stay in their house itself. They rear some chickens and all. They don't go to market to sell it, and they in their puja and in culture they used to give bali and all. So the thing is, the lacking thing is they want motivation. People should or some give some ideas how to encourage or how to give opportunity to or any idea so that they can sell it out. So actually they are not that intelligent, so they are lacking in all those things.
One question, Vijay sir.
Thank you.
The state of education among the Gond tribes. Education among the Gond tribes. Dr. Vijay sir.
यस सर, गवर्नमेंट की योजनाएं तो सर बहुत चल रही हैं। इसमें हम देख रहे हैं कि विगत 20 इयर्स में जो एजुकेशन लेवल है बहुत ज़्यादा है। मैं अपने गांव की ही बात करूं, मैं अपने विलेज की बात करूं तो अराउंड 1000 पीपल है और हर घर से एक व्यक्ति गवर्नमेंट सर्वेंट है, पढ़ रहे हैं। लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं जो इकोनॉमिक कंडीशन है और जो सोशल एस्पेक्ट है उसमें हम पीछे हो जाते हैं। तो एजुकेशन में तो हम आगे हैं। यस सर।
Okay. Thank you, sir. So, should we have this program?
Yes, we can wind up.
Thank you, team. On behalf of Unnat Bharat Abhiyan National Coordinator, IIT Delhi, I express my sincere gratitude to both the speaker, Dr. Sasi Pradhan Nana Madam and Dr. Vijay Ram sir, for citing all of Gond tribe social fabrics, traditional culture, their heritage. So again, to listen to directly. So thank you, team. Thank you.
Thank you, Chakrabhushan ji. Thank you, speakers. So we are closing it now. Thank you.
थैंक यू मैम।
Thank you, ma'am.